Colleagues and friends, the chief resource person and the person behind the organization of this workshop, Professor Valli Kumar Garu, our resource persons from Hyderabad, Dr. Indira and Dr. Sushma, the workshop on e-learning technologies was initiated by our senior colleague, Professor Valli Kumar Garu, to enable the School of Distance Education to offer better learning material to our students. Initially, we thought it will be the faculty and the students of distance education, but then the strength of the School of Distance Education has been the regular department. As such, we have the opportunity to invite sister universities from all over Andhra Pradesh. The profile of the participants includes IT professionals besides regular faculty in the respective universities. We have participants from JNTU-K, JNTU Anantapur, SV University, Nagarjuna University, Kuppam University, of course Andhra University. And profile also includes political science, economics, management, and information technology. And we have somebody who is well versed in the technology, who manages Moodles in their respective universities, but also here. So it's going to be a two-way communication rather than one-way communication. You will be helping us, the organizers, how and what your needs are and how they can be met. And from our side, the technology experts will guide us how to make available the expertise that we have online. To these few opening remarks, I invite Professor Valli Kumar Garu to explain the expected outcomes of this workshop. Professor Valli Kumar.
Respected dignitaries, Professor E. Narayana sir, Vice Chancellor of our university, Professor Sudhakar Babu Garu, Director of SDE, respected principals of constituent colleges, and all my friends who are here to attend this workshop. I'm so delighted to be part of the hosting team of this workshop. It all started about a month ago when I was myself attending a program in an IT Varangal. Well, the technologies I had learned about. So it was by a professor from US of Connecticut University. He was teaching the same kinds of tools. And it was then that I met Indira and Sushma. So very few, a handful few of the people were from Andhra Pradesh. So we thought something has to be done in this front. And when I returned, I just spoke to Sudhakar Babu sir, and he said, yeah, we'll do it with school for distance education. But then as usual, I said, it should be distance education plus a few others because your strengths will be known to outside only when outside people come to you. So that's how it got floated. And as usual, our administration, Ms. Garu and Registrar Garu, they immediately gave consent. And because this has to happen, everything went almost in 1 month. It is less than 1 month that we departed from each other from that workshop, and we are here organizing one. So that itself shows uh, I had enrolled for that workshop just 2 days before when the registration was closed, and you know, so out of the way I got registered, and this had to happen, and so things happen. Why they happen, we do not know. Uh, to tell you like what we have been doing over the past 1 week, we configured our own learning management system. And you all know we have recently launched the Center for Open Innovation. And there in the Innovation Center servers, we have loaded this software and we called it Hamsa. We named the e-learning portal as Hamsa. You know Hamsa? So when I announced this name, one of the resource persons said, Shira Leader Viveki Hamsa was what Sushumna said. So it can discriminate between milk and water. It can. So when can you discriminate which is good, which is bad? Only when you have lots of knowledge, abundant knowledge, and the wisdom derived out of it. And knowledge has to be acquired, so somebody has to disseminate knowledge. Knowledge is not something which should be stored within. It should be propagated as much as possible. So we need a carrier in this technology age. So we built a platform based on open source tools like Moodle and all. And that carrier, we called it Hamsa because it itself carries the goddess of knowledge. So now that we have a full-fledged learning management system, and it is from Innovation Center, open to all the universities across. So we thought we would pilot some courses if some teachers come forward. How many of you have listened to or listened about Khan Academy, Coursera, edX, okay, NPTEL lectures, NPTEL. So these are all, one way of massive open online courses, MOOCs that people are talking about these days. Our higher education or MHRD, they are always consistently, repeatedly saying MOOCs are something which have to happen now in the education arena. And they have introduced what is called as choice-based credit system. The student has to have a choice to attend which elective, which subject, which study, and also maybe in future which teacher to study from. Though he is enrolled with Andhra University, he is attending my class for say network security. He need not attend my subject. He can also listen to a professor in SV University who is teaching the same course. He should be able to attend the exam there and the credit should get transferred to his mark statement here at AU. So that cross-border thing has to happen, and I'm sure this is going to happen very soon. So a lot of certificate programs are going to come online, and we have to change as teachers. So we can't say professors are here only to profess. So we have to accept what we know. We have to accept when somebody says you don't know this, we have to accept it and try to change. Okay, sometimes we recognize ourselves that we are wrong in some sense, and then also we have to accept. So nothing like an egoistic attitude, like we have been professors for 25, 30 years now, and why should we change? That should not be the attitude. And, we had the old landlines. We used to dial all the numbers. Then we came to digital, we used to press the keys. Then slowly we came back to mobiles, handheld, but with buttons. Now we are into touch. And in future, I'll say, call my elder son. It automatically goes. I don't even have to touch the touchpad. They're changing with the pace of the technology in the personal front, isn't it? So I used to ride a Sunny first, and then an Activa, then a Maruti 800, now an Item. I'm changing in my personal front. So I used to live in a small, the kinds of houses I lived all my years has also changed. Okay, so in personal front, the way I dress, the way I drive, the electronic gadgets that I produce, the pens that I write, everything has changed. And so should the teaching style too, to keep pace with the technologies. If we have to teach the next generation, and we have to change, right? So in that context, we thought we have to make all the teachers not just teach, but let them have the experience of hands-on, doing things by themselves. There are a lot of vendors approaching the universities these days saying for every course we will charge 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, or 100 rupees for every student. So that amounts itself to a few crores of rupees when it comes to a campus like Andhra University, a few lakhs of rupees if you consider an affiliated college. So we don't have to pay that much amount of money to the vendors when we can type our own Word document and can prepare our own PPT and can deliver a class in English. Then we can do everything online by ourselves. There is no prerequisite. Only thing you need to know how to type in Microsoft Word, prepare a PowerPoint presentation, and you anyway know how to speak in English to teach your subject. This is what is required. And a laptop with the camera and some multimedia capabilities. The tools are all open source tools, you don't have to buy any. And Indira and Sushima will be giving you the knowledge about the tools, how to use them. So we'll be happy to pilot at least one unit of the subject you're going to teach next time. And let us showcase this in the portal. We'll give you the software support. Okay, let us make it happen together, all of us. And we are also hopefully planning for, building an e-learning policy for the state. And we'll see the performance over these 3 days, and we'll form a committee and then float down a draft for the e-learning policy for AP State Higher Education. So these will be the deliverables. The outcomes, to summarize, as Sir has asked for, is you will be able to prepare at least one unit of your next semester syllabus, one course. You will be getting installed all the tools required for, all the education technology tools required for preparing a course like Coursera or other open courseware. And we'll try to come out with a policy in another 1 month's time from the team constituted from this set of participants. Okay, so I wish you all of you the very best, and I thank Indira and Sushimna for giving their consent. These days busy schedule, coming 3 days out of home station and staying here, especially for ladies. So it's quite difficult, but they're so passionate in e-learning, in driving the e-learning things. So please feel free to contact with them directly if you require so. And all my scholars, a few of them will be helping you out technically if you have any issues in operating the system or installing the softwares. I thank Sudhakar Garu and Ms. Garu for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
I now request our chief moderator.
Professor Sudhakar Babu, the director of the School of District Education and also the director of this workshop. Professor Ajay Kumar Garu, the director of the Computer Center and also architect of this workshop. Professor Subramaniam, College of Law, research persons, participants of this workshop, invitees, guests, my dear colleagues in Andhra University, and my dear media friends. Good morning to you all. The purpose of the workshop, the schedule of the workshop have already been explained to you by both the director of the workshop and the architect of the workshop. As you know, Andhra University is a place where many programs have been organized by its faculty, which are useful not only to its own faculty, but also the faculty of other universities and other institutions in India, particularly in Andhra Pradesh. You are aware that Andhra University is a pioneer institution, and all the universities in the state look towards Andhra University for guidance and also the mentoring. And we have been organizing many programs supported by the government of Andhra Pradesh, particularly the Department of Higher Education. One of the important programs were organized in February itself to train the teachers for entering the ranking. And this workshop, we learn the technologies. It is an important workshop, as already explained by Madam Alkamara. And she observed that because anyway we are going to retire in a couple of years, for 3 or 5 years, why shall we go for the latest technology? But I feel for a teacher there is no retirement. As long as he has a desire to serve the community, as long as he can do, he has to continue his learning process. He has to learn, and whatever he learns, he or she learns, should be transmitted to society. That is the students and the research staff. And whoever may be interested. So in that context, I am sure no teacher, not only in this university, anywhere, stops learning. He will continue to learn. So that in that sense, this workshop would be a useful one, a beautiful one to the faculty. I am happy to resource persons have come all the way to do their guidance. And nowadays, e-learning, e-technologies, move to online courses, everything is online. And in fact, yesterday I attended a meeting, AFRC meeting, Admissions and Fee Regulation Commission. All the members are the very old persons. They themselves are very happy because everything will come from the system, so that we are doing the system very easily. So they are very retired people and old men. They are also happy because of the online and all these things. So which means it is a must for all of us, not only the young people, but also the old people. So I'm happy a workshop on this. The most important aspect is being organized by the School of Distance Education, not only for the teachers of the School of Distance, but also the teachers in other areas, particularly they are participating. I wish this workshop would be a fruitful one. It would be beneficial to the participants, and I wish I'm not sure that you will be well versed, your knowledge will be completed during the 3 days. Whatever you learn, I wish you should continue to learn. Normally, in the workshops, seminars, or conferences, we deliberate here, discuss here, and stop here after 2 days or 3 days. But I do not want that situation happen to this workshop. So I used to request all the participants, whatever the workshop or seminar, you should continue your endeavor. You should not stop here after a mandatory function. So everything is over. I learned many things. I became a professor in this subject. So that's not the case. So I wish the participants you try to learn more and more, practice more and more. If there is anything left, again there are resource persons and Varli Kumar is a resource person. You can contact any time and you can clarify now. So with these few words, I appreciate the efforts of the collaboration for organizing workshop. At the same time, I am thankful to the organizer for giving an opportunity to inaugurate this workshop and share some of these. Thank you.
Sir, thank you very much. I am particularly grateful to you and your administration for supporting us in all our endeavors. Your presence itself here, in spite of your prior commitments in the engineering college elsewhere, you have been gracious enough to accept our request. I am particularly grateful to you, sir. Before I request my colleague to propose a formal vote of thanks, I should acknowledge the support that we have been receiving from all the departments in the university. The distinguished presence itself is a strength to us. My senior colleagues are former directors, Professor Vishweshwar Ragaru and Professor Narasimha Ragaru for their support. All my colleagues, faculty, and the Shishabanda of Professor Valli Kumari Garu, they have been working behind the scenes for the last 4 or 5 days, rechecking all the equipment that is required, checking whether the Wi-Fi is working properly, all the connections are required, software is loaded and is available to the participants. I thank you all for supporting this workshop. Kalyan.
Thank you, sir.
Again, I hope this workshop will be fruitful to each one of you. You will be carrying back pleasant memories of your stay in Visakhapatnam. Whatever is there, please let us know so that we can be of help. There are certain things which are beyond our control, and I'm sure you will forgive us for any lapses on our part. But then we will review again at the end of the program. I now request Dr. Jairam to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Sabhaya Maha, distinguished personalities on the dais, Professor E. Narayan Garu, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Andhra University, Professor Sudhakar Babu Garu, Director of School of Business Education, Professor Valli Kumari Garu, Joint Director for this workshop. I am very delighted to present a formal vote of thanks, sir. First of all, we are thankful to our director who have initiated this workshop to be in this form, and a strong support from Professor Valli Kumari Madam, an expert in technology. We are highly thankful to our beloved Vice Chancellor, sir, in spite of his busy schedule at Engineering College. His August presence here has given an auspicious moment. Thank you very much, sir. The School of Business Education is highly thankful to all the eminent personalities, the principals of colleges of Andhra University, the various heads of departments of Andhra University, professors, our beloved senior professors of School of Business Education, my colleagues, press and print and electronic media, the all non-teaching staff, and especially the resource persons who have traveled a long distance to disseminate the knowledge to all the participants. And we are highly thankful to all the participants who have come from long distances and who are at right time. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you one and all. Have a nice day.
Yeah.